What up, farm? So today we're doing something different. We've done some work this morning, but right now we're actually going for a look at a local olive farm. They're in their harvest process at the moment. I've really got no idea what to expect. Yeah, but I'm keen to check it out. So let's go have a look. Alright, that's the harvester, but let me show you something that I can show you. These are the olives on the tree. And that's about my extent of olive farming, my knowledge of olive farming. But Sam has told me that this is the second pick that they're on at the moment. So they go through and pick it once and then they pick it again. Look at that one's loaded. But yeah, it's a massive machine. I'll get the drone up in a minute and we'll have a better look. So that was the harvester, and on the drone footage it looks pretty small, but it's massive. These rows of trees are huge, and pretty much how it works is, we might be able to pick it up from the footage. There's these pole things that grip on and shake the tree, and yeah, all the olives fall off onto conveyor belts and then get taken up to the top conveyor belt and into the chaser bin. So yeah, it's really cool to see. We know nothing about olive farming, so it's really cool to come out here and have a look at how it's done. So this olive farm, it has a processing plant with it. So the olives come straight from the trees where we were at before, and then are taken to here. And this is where they start the process of being turned into olive oil. He works out here running the plant, and yeah, he's going to take us for a look around. So there's no power out here, so it's all generator power, and I tell you, that's one big generator. Sam walked us through the whole startup process of the factory, but this is just the fast version. We'll get into how it all works later. So after the olives are harvested, the little tractor and chase bin comes and dumps it in this hopper. Then they come out of the hopper, just here, up this belt, which is where the leaves get blown out. They come through the wash plant where they're washed. And this here is a magnet. It catches any steel. Then it goes inside. Now we're inside. The olives come here. Then up another conveyor belt. And into this. That's the hammer mill. From there, they come up this auger and into this thing. And that's where we could see the olive mush stuff, where it's mixing it all around. What happens after it goes into the mush tanks?
So after the mush tanks, it comes to the oil at the bottom, then it goes into the decanter.
Yep.
So that's where we're splitting the liquids out of the paste you've seen from the trailer.
Yep.
Then we've got a vibrating screen here. So this part here, this vibrates.
Yep.
Which helps the oil go through the screen there, and any particles that got through the decanter will be caught. Then it gets pumped up the pipe. So it comes through here, goes in there, pumps through this pipe here.
Yep.
Goes up over there.
Yep.
Then it comes to the wall there into this tank up here.
Yep.
This thing feeds into our separator.
Yep.
So this is where it gets the last bits of stuff out. So
yep.
Any waste water or things we need to separate out come down the drain.
Yep.
Into this tank here, which has a variable speed drive controlling the pump that puts it into the day tanks. And then we have it in the day tanks, which are nitrogen filled from the tops. So no oxidization or anything happens in those tanks at all either.
So
prevents oxidization. Oh, yeah. It's just basically because we're dumping nitrogen in the top of it and oil on the bottom, all the air gets pushed out, so then the quality of oil stays a lot higher.
So after it goes through those day tanks, they pump it into here, into this room, which is where their holding tanks are. And my goodness, there is a lot of storage capacity for oil in here. This is so cool. Look at those tanks.
So here we've got the temperatures in the tanks, so storage tanks 1, 2, 3 and 6 are actually just full of air.
Yep.
These ones have oil in them, and so do tanks 4 and 5. So the tanks, the storage tanks 1 to 6 are 50,000 litres.
Wow.
And the day tanks are 10,000 litres. Between all the tanks, about almost 120,000 litres so far.
Wow, that's a lot of oil. So this tank's got nothing in it, and you can see that it's really clear. But these two, they're full. Or you can see my reflection.
Get some light, there you go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's a little bit of muck. So Sam was saying that they leave it in here for 2 months minimum, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that lets all the muck and stuff settle down to the bottom.
So we have really, really clear, pure oil and none of the sediments left.
And after, or in 4 or 6 months or however long, a truck comes, a big tanker truck, and they pump it straight onto the truck.
Yep.
Do you know where it goes after that?
To whoever buys it.
I'm on the tractor here with Sam, and we've got this muck spreader on, and all that stuff that's coming out is pretty much the byproduct of making oil. It's all the skin, all the pips and everything else. That's yummy looking stuff. Look at all them olives. Heaps of them. So Sam parked it back under the auger, ready to be filled up again. That's very cool. So because the oil was coming out inside, now there's some of this coming out. Jeez, that is yuck looking stuff. Oh, elephant poo, I reckon. That's what it looks like. So we're gonna start, what did you say it was?
It's a reverse osmosis desalination plant.
So it turns salty water into fresh water.
It's almost perfectly pure water. It should start up. The valve on. Now we have to turn automatic. And then we can see that we've got it running in tolerances. So this is the max, so that can be low, but these ones have got their tolerances set to make sure we're not pumping too much water or waste or anything.
Wow, that's cool.
And then we get very pure water.
That is very cool. So we turned the desalination plant on before.
Yeah.
What's the water used for?
So part of the water is used in the separation process. So inside the separator there's like 100 plates inside, and we use water pressure to compress the plates so that they hold oil coming through to separate properly. And that's part of the process. And also having not clean water would be putting contaminants into the mix that's dealing with the oil as well. So having like perfectly clear water, which then gets separated out because the weight of water, or density of water and density of oil are different, so you can separate them just by centrifugal. Yeah, so then we've got like the oil coming out that side and the waste water comes down to the other pipes on the other side of the machine. So it makes it work properly.
And this out here is the bottling factory, but at the moment they're not using that very much. So it all gets sold bulk. So this here, Sam's been going at it. That's the control panel for the whole setup. That's where it all is controlled from. Yeah, what does that mean?
Almost ready. Like it means it's like if there's no basically the malaxing brings out the oil as part of the process. So this process is to help separate the oil out of the solids.
Yeah. So this is the oil coming out of the separator. This is before it goes to those tanks.
Perfectly good night.
Thanks for having us, Sam.
It's good. Nice to meet you. See you tomorrow then.
See you tomorrow.
Hey.